Good evening, folks. We gather here on Wednesday evenings and talk about the early days of single sideband. I happen to be on a Central Electronics 20A, built in about the year 1957, and I built a transceive adapter such that I can use an SX115 to be the VFO for this 20A, and I'm transceiving, and the amplifier is a homebrew sweep tube amplifier built out of 4 6DQ5s with about 1,000 volts on the plates. Buy-sell trades are appropriate if they are vintage radio related, and this is a great place to ask for technical advice on a radio you're working on. I do it all the time because there's a lot of expertise presented here. We got 3 of us that are going to be net controls, and I'm going to take 4 or 5 of them, then we'll give it to Jay, then we'll give it to Rusty, and we'll go around the table. And if you were an early and you let us know you were here and you didn't get picked up first, pop in there sometime before we take new check-ins and say, hey, I was an early. Y'all should have picked me up. That having been said, let me talk to my neighbor, Mr. TXW. George, K5LYN.
Hello, Lynn, and all around the net for the finest hour of amateur radio for the week for WB5TXW. On the S-Line gear, 32S175S3030L1, the Bud Whitney power supply. The Sammy speaker box I bought from him up there at Belton one year. Tempest Fugit many years ago. Shure 444 microphone 2060 antenna tuner, and the antenna 75-meter dipole fed with 450 ohm twin lead. And everything seems to be working. I haven't popped a fuse in the amplifier yet. So maybe that was a power surge a few weeks back, Lynn. And that's about it, over.
Well, I don't know what blew my fuses, but something sure did around here. It's always a mystery. You got great audio, George. What else for the net?
That's it. Everybody have a great week. Take care and be healthy. WB5TXW back to net.
Okay, let's see if we got another S-Line standing there. How about it, Denver OJB? Talk to us.
All right, Lynn. This is Denver N5OJB, Gonzales, Texas, and I'm talking to you on a 32S1, and I'm listening to everybody on a 75S1, and I've also got the, I think it's 516 whatever console. I can't ever remember the number on that console. And then I've got I'm driving an old NCL 2000 amplifier, getting about anywhere from 800 to 1,000 watts out into an inverted V and dipole at the apex at about 30 foot in the air, and trying awful hard. And I'm using the Shure 444 D microphone. It's the black one, and it seems to be working fine, and I can't complain one bit. I love these old Collins, and I wanted to set his parents for a long time. Finally got them. A gentleman out of Houston made me the proud owner of them. So back to you, Ben.
Okay, Denver. Yeah, it's pretty hard to beat the Collins S-Line. We've all had experience for decades with those, and I keep mine on 20 meters. Anything else for the net this evening? Over.
No, not a thing in the world.
All right, let's move on to Mr. Sammy. DPP, talk to us, Sammy, K5LYN.
Well, good evening there, Lynn. Not much going on here today, just same old, same old. Not on the boat anchor this evening, it's on the old Flex Rooney here. So I guess the only thing that I got to list maybe would be I've got a couple 30L1s. I got one round demo out there, the 30L1. It's pretty nice. It works okay. For $475, if anybody needs a backup amplifier or a first amplifier, that would be a probably a pretty good one, and fairly reasonable. 4 811 tubes, 80 through 10 meters. So and they're built like a tank. They're K5LY and W5DPP.
Well, I sure like mine. I've got 2 of them. One on my S-Line that I use on 20 meters, and I've got the other one hooked up on my station that I'll talk to if I get a second shift here. So I've got 2 of them in the shack, and they're used regularly, and they're great amplifiers. Moving on, KA5CXG. Hey, Bob, talk to us.
I will do that. K5CXD from San Angelo, static San Angelo again, like I said last week. We got lots of static on the old 520 tonight. Everybody sounds good. Actually, it's a 520S, but everybody sounds good, and not much going on. I am seriously considering putting up a 160-meter antenna, but I haven't decided. It's kind of the wrong time of year to do it. I may wait till the fall or something, because it's kind of rough up there sometimes. But anyway, everybody has a good week, and hearing everybody real well, everybody sounds good, and I really don't know what I'm looking for next in a radio. Maybe I'll concentrate on an amplifier one of these days. We'll catch y'all later. K5CXD.
Okay, Bob, sounding good in Austin. Yeah, I don't know anything else to suggest there. You've got some nice radios. All right, moving on here. We got Mr. DK. Hey, Don, you still hanging out somewhere down there? K5LYN.
Yes, sir. Evening, everybody. Lynn and the other net controls, thanks for running the net. I'm using the same old Drake station, a TR4 with the L4 amp and D104 to the extended double ZEP, I think. I made a big round. I was mentioning earlier. I went Blanco, Dripping Springs, downtown Austin, to the east side airport, Lockhart, had some sausage at Smitty's, and back home. So made a big circle today. Had a good one. Good to hear everybody. Back to you, Lynn, W5DK.
Sounded real good, Don. Look forward to having an eyeball with you again soon. Okay, let's pick up Lyle there, Mr. 5L. Hey, Lyle, bring us up to date. K5LYN.
Good evening, Lynn, and everyone else on the net tonight. This is Lyle, Lima Yankee Lima Echo, K5LT, located outside of Bernie, Texas, just about 30 miles north of San Antonio. And another beautiful day in the hill country. Got a couple of rain showers, and things are starting to green up around here. Still kind of swampy, but we're drying out. Running the Heathkit SB101 tonight through a Heathkit SB221 amplifier out through a double extended ZEP antenna running through cedar trees and everything else. So, doing good this week. So, lots of stuff going on around here, so keeping me busy, not in trouble. So have a good evening. K5LT.
Yeah, well, everybody's got a good signal tonight. I haven't heard a weak signal yet, so it's a pretty nice evening considering we're early and the sun is nowhere near the setting time yet. It's surprising that the skip is as good as it is. Okay, I don't have that many early, so I'm going to go ahead and pick up EDX, BTM, and 5L, and we might even talk to Fred a minute, so we'll give it to Jay, because we're moving fast here this evening. All right, the EDX, Byron, talk to us.
Hey, Lynn. K5LYN in the net, WA5EDX, Bluffdale, Texas. Nothing new here tonight. Same old Kenwood 820S turned up on its side to let all the gremlins fall out, you know. That helps them. That helps them along. And into the old inverted D, up about 35 feet, MC50 mic. Everybody is sounding good. A little bit of static crashes in from storm somewhere, but nowhere around Bluffdale. Sure good to have a dry day here and some sunshine, even though it's as humid as East Houston, I think, with all the rain we've had. I was away for the weekend, came back, and had got 3 1/4 inches while I was gone. So, yeah. If I'd have wanted to move to East Texas, I think I would have just moved to East Texas instead of west of Fort Worth. I don't know how far you have to go west to get out of the rain, but I'm not complaining. You know, we need it. And one day, like Sammy says, it'll stop, and when it stops, it stops. So good night to everybody. Good to hear you on. Have a good Memorial Day if I don't talk to you before then. And we'll see everybody next week. WA5EDX.
Very nicely done. Very nicely done. Great signal into Austin. And we will be in touch with you soon, we hope, in a hamfest somewhere. All right, Mr. BTM. Hey, Ralph, bring us up to date. K5LYN.
Yeah, K5LYN in the net, N5BTM. Ralph at Spring, 30 miles north of the sanctuary city of Houston. This evening we're using a Kenwood TS520. And that's driving a homebrew set of 4 813s grounded grid. And going up to an inverted V for 875 meters, and we've hung another 40 meter on the same feed line in the inverted V configuration also. Microphone tonight, we're trying an old MC50. And the antenna tuner is a Drake MN2700. And we're running about, peaking about 800 watts tonight. And the SWR is really low, 1.1, 1.2 to 1. So happy on that end. That about wraps it up down here. We've, since last time we were on the net, I think we've got about 11.5 inches total over the last 6-7 days. So, back to you, Lynn, K5LYN in the net, N5BTM.
Yeah, a whole lot of y'all have done better than we did in rain. I think I'm finally up to maybe 3 inches total around here, and we wanted a lot more. Y'all have scored big time down there. Hey, Ralph, you may have said this, but is your SWR that low with the tuner, or did you cut that antenna that good?
No, that's going through the tuner. I just got a new MFJ 259D in today, and I hooked it up to the tuner to get the tuner tuned up for the rig here, and I have not played with it yet to find out where it's actually resonant at on either 40 or 80 meters, but that's on the menu for tomorrow. Thanks for asking.
Yeah, I was just kind of curious, but it's doing a great job. Nice work on your part. Okay, let's talk to Tom and Fred, and then we'll give this thing to Jay. So, Mr. Tom, talk to us. KC5L, how about it? Central Electronics to Central Electronics, I bet. Over to you.
Hey, good evening, Lynn, and the Boat Anchors Net. This is KC5L. Thanks for picking me up. Your 20A is and your homebrew amplifier is sounding great here in San Antonio. And tonight we're on the usual here, the Central Electronics 200V with a D104 microphone, and that's driving a Central Electronics 600L, which is doing about 300 watts into a Johnson KW Matchbox, and a homebrew doublet up about 15 feet or so. And we're listening on an R390A. And that's about all I have here, Lynn. Would like to hear if you have a progress report on your 600L there. So back to you, Lynn, KC5L.
Well, I think I'm picking up from Nick when we go down there in October, Tom. You know, he's having a big show down there. How about meeting you down there?
Well, I'll keep that in mind if I can get away from work. But one of these days, yeah, I would like to do that. It's a bit far for me to drive, but would like to do it someday.
Yeah, it is. I mean, we can do it in one day, but it's kind of it's not a fun drive because you got to go through Houston and you got to get over the Mississippi River, which is a first-class pain in the butt. I'm going to do some serious planning with Nick before I do it the next time because it can be a real problem. But sure would like to see you at one of these meetings there. His deals are really a lot of fun. All right, let me pick up Fred, and then we will give this thing to Jay. Mr. HTR, Fred, talk to us. K5LYN.
Okie doke, K5LYN and the net, W5HTR in Richardson. And I was talking on my trusty old TR4, but the relay in it just went south, so I'm talking on my more modern radio, an IC7600 with a little help from a Meritron AL811. Antenna is the same old inverted B that I use, and this mic is a Heil 781, I believe it is. Not much to offer this evening. Just want to say hello to everybody. Wish everybody a good holiday weekend coming up. And there is a want. I do have a want, and it's a Autech QF1A filter. A QF1A filter. If anybody has one, they'd like to talk about divesting themselves of it, or trading, or selling it, or whatever. I can be reached at 214-883-3353. And I'm okay on QRZ if anybody's got something. Back to you, Lynn. K5LYN in the net, W5HTR.
Okay, W5HTR on QRZ.com. You can get an email address on that. Very good. All right. Well, good to hear you. And hey, about the TR4, do you think the relay just needs to be cleaned, or did it quit pushing to talk?
No, I think it was sticking. I think because if I could beat on it, it would go ahead and make contact. Also, there's a tube that has something to do with that relay. I think it's maybe a Vox tube or something. But I've had that happen before, where I just had to replace a bad tube, and it worked fine. I'll mess with it, I guess, this week and see what happens. Over.
If you get it figured out, come tell us, because that may be a learning experience for the rest of us. All right, Fred. Anything else for the net this evening?
Nothing else. I appreciate you running the net, and say hi to everybody. W5HTR. All
right, very good. Jay, before I wear out my welcome here, you want to pick it up? How about it, K5LYN?
Okay, Lynn. You wiped my list out, so I guess I'll just start over. Anyway, but that's good. That's good, and get it while we can. This is Jay, KM5QS. I'm in Alice, Texas, and I'm visiting with you all tonight on the Kenwood TS520S. That is not correct. I just heard so many of them lately that I've just automatically said that without thinking. I shouldn't do that. I'm on the TS820S Kenwood, and I'm using the Kenwood R820 for a receiver. I have them hooked up in transceiver configuration, and they work pretty well. I'm driving the audio with an Electro-Voice 664 Alpha, and it's going through a TL922 Kenwood amplifier into a homebrew tuner. And everything after the tuner is all homebrew. The open wire feed line, the antenna, the breakover tower, pretty much the whole cotton picking thing. It was put together in my spare time when I didn't have a whole lot else to do. So here we are. And this is the Boat Anchors Unlimited, and I'm looking for check-ins. Who's next?
November 5, Yankee X-Ray Oscar, Canyon Lake.
That's a Charlie 5 Delta Mike.
Ooh, I got a few out of there, suffixes. Let me start with WB50ZZ. Go ahead, Don.
Okay there. This is WB50ZZ. Bikini, running the 520, which I bought in 1975, into a SB200, 45 years old, into about 400 feet of random wire, after a Merch Transmatch tuner, up about 40 feet. Over.
It sounds fine. You're coming through real good this evening.
Thank you.
Anything else for the net?
WF50MR Mobile.
Kilo 5 Papa Kilo stationary.
Actually, I was asking Don if he had anything else. Okay. I've got a couple more before I can take some more. Anyway, okay, call ending in XO. X-ray 0 Oscar. Go ahead.
Yeah, November 5, Yankee X-ray Oscar. I have a Kenwood 255A all mode, 2 meter. I'm wanting to sell.
Okay, but this is the Boat Anchors net.
Well, it's a boat anchor.
All right. 255A. Usually we try to keep our buy-sell trades related to boat anchors, and that's, let's see, 255A. I can't remember which one that is. That's a Kenwood?
It's a Kenwood. Cliff from Avid.com has been all through it. It's good to go, and I'm wanting to get rid of it.
Okay. I guess you're good on QRZ in case somebody's interested in it. They can look you up.
I'm good on QRZ. Roger, roger.
All right, November 5, Yankee X-Ray Oscar's got a 255A Kenwood 2-meter rig that he wants somebody to relieve him of. So if you're interested, look him up, send him an email, and there you go.
All right, thank you, sir, and I'll return it back to the net. N5YXO Canyon Lake.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Fine signal coming down here, by the way. Delta Mike, your turn.
Good evening, Jay, and everyone on the net. This is Daryl up in Russell, Alpha Charlie 5 Delta Mike. I'm on a couple of Kenwood twins that I got from Jay. Thank you, Jay. And an MC50 Mike into an AL1200, and then out on the inverted D. Back to you.
All right, Daryl. Man, them twins sure sound good. It's a shame I didn't have enough room for them, but I'm sure glad you like them.
They're a lot of fun.
Okay, Daryl. Anything else?
No, that's all I have. Back to you. 85DM.
All righty. Thank you, sir, for checking in. I heard an OMR mobile out there, kind of light, but see if you can make it there, Jeff.
Jay, and all the rest of the boat anchor enthusiasts out there, and greetings, and welcome to the finest hour of amateur radio. AM5QS in the net, W5OMR Mobile. I'm on 287 south of Dallas, Fort Worth. It went through Waxahachie. On my way to Wyoming. Never remember the name of that place I'm going to. Anyway, not really running the boat anchor except for the old buck catcher antenna, feed snatching coil, 9.5-foot horizontal radiator, being fed by the Kenwood TS2000 and the Workhorse T-transistor amplifier. Anyway, good to hear everybody on here. Love to hear the old rig. Thank you for letting me in, Jay. KM5QS in the net, W5OMR Mobile.
Okay, Jeff. Well, be careful out there. You know how them people are. So, thanks for checking in. We'll catch you in a little bit. All right, who's next, fellas? Let's try to let me have it one at a time, and I'll just see if I can write fast enough.
Kilo 5 Papa Kilo K5PK.
Okay, I have LYL, and then there was another one. Who was the K5 station?
Kilo 5 Papa Kilo Kilowatt 5 Pacific Kilowatt.
Okay, alrighty. Let me get you two, and then we'll go from there. KA5LYL. Go ahead, Todd.
Hello, Jay, and everybody else on the Boat Anchor Net. Nice to hear all the old boat anchors on the radio. I'm running mine tonight too. Just no amplifier, just the radio. And that's a Kenwood, a nearly mint Kenwood TS520. And mic I'm using on it is, it's an Electro Voice. I think it's a 619 or 719. You saw these in the early to mid-70s Heathkit ad. It's actually an Electro Voice made for Heathkit. One of these smaller, funny-looking Dutch microphones. And let's see, and I'm actually, the tuner I'm using to keep everything honest is also from the same era. It's a Heathkit SA2060. It's the green and black one, the Heathkit SA2060. Big old legal limit tuners into I'm sorry, I'm having a senior moment. Into a off-center fed dipole that's all homebrew except for the ballon in the middle of it. Got a big old DX Engineering ballon in the middle of it. So I guess about 100 watts, something like that. Back to net. Hope it sounds okay. KA5LY on Corpus Christi.
Yeah, you're loud over here. And if my memory is correct, that is a 619 Electro Voice. It's real similar. They made some with Swan's name on them. They made some for Drake, not Drake. Who else was it? They made several of them for the Heathkits and the Swans and like that. And they are good microphones. But anyway, you're sounding fine, Todd. Thanks for checking in.
I appreciate it. Back to net.
Okay, K5PL, your turn, sir.
Okay, Kilo 5, Kilo Mike 5, Quebec Sierra, Kilo 5, Papa Kilo, K5PK. And good evening, Jay and Matt. My name here is Steve in Austin, Texas. And sounds like we got a good band. And I haven't been on a boat anchor net in a little while, so I thought I'd jump on and join in with the Big Dog Show. So just running barefoot at the Drake Station with the R4C, the RV4C remote VFO, the MN2000 matching network, the W4 watt meter, and a Shure 450 Series 2 desk mic. And the antenna is a 40-meter end-fed half-wave at about 30 feet, which thankfully the MN2000 makes usable on this band. So still enjoy this band with the help of the MN2000. So anyway, I heard a familiar voice, Lynn, K5LYN, greetings, and anybody else that knows who I am, good to join you here on the net. And back to you there, Jay. And the net, KM5QS, Kilo 5, Papa Kilo.
All right. Well, thank you very much. You took a little bit of a fade. Did you say your name was Steve?
Yeah, short for Stephen with a PH.
Okay, cool. That's what. I guess my hearing's better than I thought. Anyway, no, it sounds like a nice station. All Drake, pretty much, and doing a fine job, barefooted down here and this early in the evening. So, thanks for coming by. Yeah, keep checking in. We like everybody to show up, get a good count, and it's fun to listen to all these old things, and you know, it's just fun. So what can I say? But thank you, sir. Appreciate it. All right, let's see if we can stir up a few more before I give Rusty a shot at the northern country up there. So give me one or two more.
Whiskey Oscar Zulu.
Hello, Charlie 5, November, Papa Charlie.
Okay. We'll start with Dan, and then we'll go to NPC. So go ahead, Dan.
Yeah, good evening, Jay, and all the other boat anchors on the band tonight. Everybody sounds good here. I just got in, so I'm probably drifting off a little bit. Name here is Dan, calls KWOZ. We're in the middle of the sanctuary city of Houston, Texas, where it's starting to dry out a little bit finally for one day, but it could get ugly again. Anyway, I'm talking on a different rig tonight. I'm talking on a Kenwood TS 530 SP, like new in the box. Beautiful radio. Yeah, I had to do a few things to it to get it working properly, and it probably still needs a little more, but I'll get there. And I'm driving my homebrew 3813's amplifier, about 1100 watts. The antenna is a I forget the brand of that thing. It's a two-band bazooka up there, about 38 feet. And the microphone's a Shure 444D, which is probably driving this thing pretty hard. Anyway, well, let's see, maybe it's not driving it so hard. Anyway, that's it from here, Jay. Thanks for letting me in. Everybody sounds good. KWOZ.
Well, you are too, Dan. It's nice and smooth. The audio is great. The SP is the desirable 530. Well, all the 530s were good, along with the 830s pretty much, but the SP is the best one, and it's sounding fine. So, great, good deal. That way, I know you. You're going to fix it up. Somebody's going to talk you out of it, but whoever gets it, that one's a keeper.
Yeah, it looks great. I mean, really, there's not a mark on it. They even have the box. So, it's a keeper for quite a while.
Yeah, there you go. So we get to listen to it more. So, okay. Thank you, Dan. Appreciate it. And let me see, KC5NPC, is that Hubert?
It is, Jay, it is. I'm on the ICOM 7300. Didn't have time to tune up the boat anchor, but going through the SB1000 on center-fed dipole here, just wanted to say I do have a silent key auction item
silent key amplifier. It's a QRO HF 2500 DX, and I'm accepting offers on that amp. It is in working condition, beautiful cosmetically. So I need, it's a Boatacre, 90 pounds, no shipping, but it can be picked up. And so I need to call at 325-895-5166. 325-895-5166. I'm sorry to offer, but I've got to get it out and get it done. Over.
I understand. Well, it's a silent key deal. You're trying to help somebody out. So, to me, that's a good thing. So, anybody out there that wants an amplifier that you can talk to the next solar system with, Hubert's got it. And he's taking offers on it. It's QRO HF 2500 DX. What's that got? About three CX800s in it?
I think they're 800. I can't remember the nomenclature, but there's three tubes in there. Over.
Yes, sir. I believe they are 3 CX800. So that's a legal limit plus amplifier. Said it's in excellent condition. He's taking offers. If anyone's interested, 325-895-5166. 325-895-5166. That's a heck of an amplifier. Anyway, is that good, Hubert?
Hey, you got it, Jay. Thank you very much.
Okay, no problem. All right. Well, one more, and it will fill up my page. So give me one more, and then I'll turn it to Rusty.
WA5MTT.
Go ahead, Mike.
All right. Good evening, everyone. This is Mike in Round Rock, and tonight I'm on the 1961 version of Winged Emblem Collins S line. 75S2 receiver, 32S1 transmitter. The microphone is Electro Voice 674, and I've also got the Collins 30S1 amplifier here in line. So that's about the story. Hadn't been on in a while, so thought I'd check in. Jay, back to you.
Well, sir, you fulfilled expectations. If you couldn't sound any better if you were a qualified broadcast station. Well, your stuff always sounds good. No, it really does. It sounds great, Mike.
Well, I do appreciate it. I hadn't touched it since I last used it. I don't know, a couple months ago. So that's I guess that's a statement for Collins Radio.
There you go. Boy, you're going to talk me into getting some more one of these days. Well, I'll have to build another room on the house first. Anyway. All righty, Mike. Anything else? Anything important?
No, nothing important. Just looking forward to a long weekend.
Oh, yeah. I appreciate that. I may be chopping wood. Ooh, I don't know. Yeah, unless it's raining. But I guess I'm wasting time. I need to quit doing that. Okay, Mike. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. We'll see you later. WK5R. This is KM5QS. Relinquishing the frequency to you, sir.
KM5QS, WK5R. Mighty fine, Jay. Anyway, it's just WK5R with the Boat Anchors Unlimited Net. Tonight I'm on just the usual TS590S, not on the Boat Anchor because I'm playing it safe. Dropping the GS35B amp through the fan dipole about 50 feet. Well, I'm down about 1,400, something like that. Anyway, the microphone is an Audio Technica AT2035. All right. Who else for the Boat Anchors Unlimited? Come now.
WA5MOE.
Okay, go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, just been reading the mail here, listening to everybody. Everybody sounds good over here in College Station. We're home of the fighting Texas Aggies, and we've just
We're on the Collins S-Line tonight. We've got a KW, well, it's not an S-Line. I guess it's part of the S-Line series. A KWM2A round emblem with the 30L1 round emblem, and we're running it into a dipole, inverted V dipole up about 35 feet, and trap dipole, high gain, the old high gain traps. They're, you know, real long metal traps. Anyway, so, but like I said, it sounds good in here this evening. The noise is relatively low so far, so, and everybody sounds good. Y'all have a great evening. WA5MOE, I'll be listening.
Okay, Matt. College Station sounds good there. I'll catch you next time. Who else for the Boat Anchors Unlimited? Come now. Anybody else out there for the Boat Anchors Unlimited net? Come now.
YMF.
YMF? Yankee Mike.
Yes, sir. KF5 YMF. My name is Barry. I'm on a Swan 500C, and talking to you on a Shure 444, and no amplifier.
All right, the Swan 500C sounds good in there. Appreciate you checking in. Who else out there for the Boat Anchors Unlimited? Come now.
On the net here for my end.
Roger, Roger. Somebody keeps tuning up there. Who else is out there for the Boat Anchors Unlimited? Come now. Well, my shift may be short. You got your second rig loaded, Lance?
Well, let's live dangerously and find out. What do you think, Rusty?
I think you're there.
All right, well,
I'll give you a shot at it. It may be a shorter net tonight. K5LYN, WK5R. Take her away.
All right, we'll give it a shot here. This is K5LYN returning hello to Barry, KF5YMF there, and hello to Steve, K5PK. Hadn't talked to Steve in a while, so good to hear Steve. Anyway, I've switched radios here. Kind of primitive, really. If everybody will bear with me, we'll see if we can struggle through it. This station began in 1948 when Collins built their first, what they called permeability tuned oscillator. That was a fancy VFO, really. And I'm using it to be the VFO for Heathkit's first attempt at a single sideband rig called the SB10 sideband adapter. And then that's driving a little Heathkit novice rig that I adapted the single sideband, the DX60, and that's driving the Collins 30L1. So I've got kind of a handful of stuff here. So let's see, who else is out there who wants to talk boat anchors tonight? K5LYN, Lynn and Austin calling and listening.
K0SED.
Hey, Mr. Steve, how you doing?
I'm doing fine. If I get my head together, I'd have checked in a little bit earlier. That was you, Ray. You heard me, Rusty. I was tuning the thing. Yeah, I was really tuning it all right. Anyway, let's see. Tonight I'm on a good old trusty Kenwood 820, a Collins 30L1 that I pull up 40-odd feet, and well, that's about it from up here. Love to hear it. Back to you, Lynn. K0SED.
Steve, you always have a great signal. And hey, with summertime coming, you used to travel. You going to be taking another voyage out to the island this year, or what's the story on that?
Well, I'm going to Idaho in a couple of weeks, but that Bahamas thing, that's right after the first year. We'll have to wait and see how that works out.
Okay, things ought to be pretty open by then. All right, well, keep us posted on that. All right, anything else on your end, Steve?
I know, that's it, Lynn. Have fun.
Okay, who else for the boat anchors? K5LYN, listening? Well, I thought we'd hear KE5ARQ James or some of the rest of the guys. How about KE5ZS Danny? Where are all you guys tonight? We're listening. How about the Nebraska group? Is it too early to talk to Nebraska tonight? How about Louisiana, Mississippi, Arkansas? We're listening. How about Austin? Well, we might have done it, y'all. Maybe this is the final go-rounder of the table here. But it was fun here while it lasted. Anybody else needs to talk to me before I pass it around back to Jay and Rusty, and we pass it around the table one last time. K5LYN, listening?
This is KI5NCO, John Colleen.
Okay, KI5, I didn't hear it all, but I think I heard Colleen. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
All right, tell us a little bit more. You're not real strong here in Austin. Colleen, give us your call and name. I didn't get that. Over.
This is Kilo India 5, November Charlie Oscar.
Okay, November Charlie Oscar. And Colleen, tell us about your station.
Texas, over.
Well, maybe I'm not making it to Colleen. Who knows? All right, who else for the boat anchors? K5LYN, listening? Jay, I think I've done my deal here. You want to give it a shot?
Well, I guess we can do that. So far, counting Colleen, hopefully we'll see him at Belton. He's not that far away when it's that time. He may be running barefooted, or his antenna might not be. Something's going on there. All right, folks. Anyway, that's 26 so far. We're still looking for check-ins for the Boat Anchors Unlimited, and come on down. Oh, well, let me see. Rusty, I don't know if they're waiting for you up in Morat, Nebraska or whatever, but I'll talk to anybody. I don't care. You don't have to be in Texas to check in. We may have done it.
You got a recheck out there.
Real loud. Talk to us.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm running barefoot. I found out my wattage because you guys are pretty close. Just wanted to see if there was a difference.
Barely hear you in Austin. Back to you, Jay.
Okay, I could hear the sound of his voice, but I couldn't pull him out.
Might have been the fella in Colleen. He was right at my noise level.
Yeah, I think it was. I believe I got his call as Kilo Charlie 5, November Charlie Oscar, but there's something. He must be running really low. He must be running QRP.
I wondered if it was non-commissioned officer.
Yeah,
what it?
Kilo India 5, November Charlie Oscar.
He's still in there. I just can't understand you.
No, I couldn't get it either.
Well, sorry about that. We just can't seem to make contact. So maybe next week, try it again. We'll do this every Wednesday night, 7:30, and go on till we run out of victims. So, anyhow, is there anyone we've missed out there so far that would like to check into the Boat Anchors Unlimited? Come now, please.
SKI5 NCO. Can you hear me now?
Yes, all the difference in the world. NCO, talk to us.
SKI5 NCO, John Colleen here. Had to do some little adjustments on antenna, but you can hear me now, over?
Yeah, John, we hear you fine now. Neither Jay nor I could hear you a while ago. Now you got a good signal there. Tell us about your station.
I'm running ICOM 7300 with a half-wave 160 meter. And like I said, I'm still learning how to tune this thing, and had to just double-check my tuning, and I guess that was off of it.
Well, yeah, now you're doing fine. Now tell me about the antenna again.
It's a half-wave 160-meter inverted V, over.
Okay, well, that fed with coax or some other different kind of feed line?
No, I'm running coax to it, over.
Well, okay, I would recommend go ahead and cut it for 80 meters rather than 160, and I believe we'll hear you a lot better.
Oh, Roger, I can switch to a different antenna, but I'll do that later evening. I got to get a different switch here.
Okay, all right. Well, you certainly improved the situation, because now we can hear you. All right, nice to make your acquaintance. My name is Len, K5LYN. I'm in Austin. Back to you, Jay.
Okay. All righty. One more time. Anybody else out there that we've missed that would like to check in? Well, short and sweet tonight, I guess, Lynn. All you fellas, we appreciate it. It's always a lot of fun. We're going to do it again next week. And start thinking about belting, guys. It's going to happen, and it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be a wonderful thing. If you have it, or if you're musically inclined, and you want to bring an instrument and join in a jam session, that could be arranged. We've done that before in the past, and there are some folks that have been making noises about wanting to do it again. So if anybody feels so inclined, it will be a very welcome deal. It's always a lot of fun, and that adds to it tremendously, especially on Friday nights. So that's my plug for the Belton Ham Fest so far. Coming up October 1st and 2nd. Jim and myself will be there on Thursday night, actually, September 30th, because we're old and we get too tired if we try to do it all in 2 days. At any rate, Rusty, save me. WK5R, KM5QS.
KM5QS, WK5R. My time there, Jay. I'll throw out one more call. If not, I'll go ahead and close it. All right, this is the Boat Anchors Unlimited net. Anybody out there that wants to check in before we close the net, come now. Last call for the Boat Anchors Unlimited. Anybody else out there left? Come now.
KE5ARQ.
KE5ARQ, go ahead.
Hey everybody, this is James, Floresville, Texas. Running Kenwood TF830S, inverted V, about 40 feet, Shure 444 mic. That is about it. Now we're running a TL922A right now, probably pushing about 800 watts.
Roger. The Kenwood station sounds good there. Appreciate you checking in there. All right, anybody else out there before closing that? Come now. I don't hear a so. Okay, I want to thank all of you that did check in. Lynn, myself, and Jay, we know what it takes to keep these old rigs on the air. And so we appreciate y'all doing that and checking in with us. We'll look forward to next week, and this is WK5R with the Boat Anchors Unlimited net, now closing the net and returning the frequency to normal amateur abuse. WK5R.